Today's the day, my 19th birthday.
You meet some guy on a nude beach and 5 minutes later you're downloading his hard drive in the back of a van. You're a slut.
Straight guys are gayer than gay guys. The fact they're in love and can't suck each other's dicks makes them act queerer than Clay can.
My natural instinct is actually to kind of avoid teenage movies because I don't want to get sort of pigeonholed as doing teenage movies. It was particularly after I did this sort of teenage apocalypse trilogy back in the 90s of Totally Fucked Up and Doom Generation and Nowhere. It's just sort of, you know, for this movie I really wanted to sort of, I had this desire to make a movie about this sort of time of your life when you're just starting college and your whole future is kind of unwritten, and you know, by extension that made the characters 19. So but it wasn't really a desire on my part specifically to make a movie about teenagers, in the same way that, you know, when I did Mysterious Skin, it was really not my desire to make a movie about teenagers. It was having read this book, it was a book that I loved and I really wanted to make into a movie, but it just so happened the characters were 18. So it wasn't, so there's not really, like I said, I don't set out like, oh, I have to make a teenage movie, because it's something actually that I tried to avoid, but it just keeps sort of finding me, I think. I mean, one's obviously probably Girl Without a Cause, which is sort of a classic of cinema in general, and sort of, you know, about young people, sort of about sort of lost generation. You know, the John Hughes movies are, you know, sort of for my generation a very kind of a, they're sort of a touchstone, you know, like people, there's something in those movies that people are really related to and people really kind of empathize with. I don't know if I can come up with a lot more, though. It's not like something that I'm really obsessed with, or like that I really, it's not, for instance, a genre that I sort of seek out actively. I mean, I've seen a lot of these movies, but it's not something that is a personal obsession of mine. It's not really about the teenage aspect of it so much as it is about making a movie that sort of has a different approach, its own kind of universe. Like in Kaboom, there's sort of it sort of creates its own kind of special world where sort of anything can happen, and it's kind of this fun, crazy place where there's, you know, this cult and conspiracy and the animal mask men and all of that, and it's something that, you know, for me it's just the world of that film is something that I'm just really sort of drawn towards. You know, it's a world that for me is kind of a world of imagination, and it's something that you know, compels me and inspires me.
Ways to fly, easy to take.
I don't really like research young people. I mean, I have friends of sort of all ages. I have friends that are Thomas's age or the age of Brady Corbet, or, you know, people. I mean, I know people kind of of all different ages, so it's not really like something as conscious as what you're talking about, like, oh, I need to research young people and how they talk. It's not like I have to spy on them or something. It's just much more natural than that. I mean, I have also friends that are older, and there's no real differentiation in my world. I mean, I don't really, I guess, think about it in that way. For Kaboom, it's undoubtedly probably David Lynch is a huge influence, and in particular Twin Peaks, on this film, in the sense that like Twin Peaks really sort of follows its own kind of rules, and it was very it sort of represents to me this kind of creative free spirit where the world of Twin Peaks sort of could go anywhere and do anything, and that to me when I did Kaboom was sort of what I was attempting, was sort of to make this the world of Kaboom be a world where sort of anything could happen, and the story of Kaboom and the characters could kind of go off in all these sort of wild directions in a way that was not sort of censored. I just wanted Kaboom to be free to be what it wanted to be.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.